So welcome back, everyone, to session 5. All right, let's get started. So where we last left off was you guys had just entered Cobalt Den, and you just fought a bunch of kobolds, and it was a long and tough fight, but you guys prevailed.
Sort of.
Well,
It was, and we did.
I'm still down, so
sounds like a personal problem.
yeah.
Anything else?
Nick will make lots of unintelligible sounds, but point his hands to our down party member, indicating kind of obviously he wants to help his companion back up again.
Of course.
I got something for this. Hold on. Just go.
I, as that downed companion, will remain unconscious.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were fully unconscious.
Yep. I'm sorry. I mean,
Oh, there are my dice. So, does anyone have a nice, convenient answer for that?
Yes, I do. I have force heal, so I can
Oh, there we go.
just drop that on him. Oh yeah, we have the dice rolling thing on Discord, right?
We do.
But you don't have to use it.
It's optional.
Yeah, it'd probably just be faster to roll. So it's 1d8 plus my modifier, which is plus 3. That's a total of 10 healing.
I will go back to 10. Ooh.
As he wakes up, I just say, "Hello there. Thought we'd lost you."
Whoa. What happened? Where are we?
We're right where we left off.
What happened to those 2 kobolds we tied together? 3 kobolds we tied together.
They ran off.
So you guys did it?
We're alive, right? Most of us are.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So there are two exits.
Yeah, you guys got a left path and a right path to leave
And
this room.
the spellcaster ran down the left path.
Correct. The spellcaster that ran away went down the left path, but the 2 or the 3 you had tied up scurried down the right.
So, Neveroth, you went down after the spellcaster. What else was down there?
Well, it was a long hallway. I didn't quite investigate much while I was down there because I was more concerned with, at the point that I realized I wasn't going to catch up to the kobold, I was more concerned with getting back to the rest of you.
I don't like it that he's still around.
Yeah, he was very quick for a little guy.
Was he at least injured?
Yes.
Oh yes, very much so.
I remember getting some shots in towards him, but he went down the right path, right?
Correct. You went down the left path.
He went down the left path, and the other goblins went down the right path.
Kobolds, yeah.
Kobolds, I'm sorry, yeah.
No goblins, not yet.
I think I agree that maybe we should go after the spellcaster. I don't like having him hanging around either.
I agree.
Don't want him to pop back up.
What do you think, Doug?
I grunt some sounds that's are slightly rude, but seem to indicate that he agrees. And he waves his little knife around, in a in an aggressive kind of manner, like he's ready to go fight. He's ready to do his job.
He's ready to go have a knife fight again.
Yeah, he seems to have had a discovery of himself.
Okay, so then let's start going down the left path. I would prefer not to go in front.
Fair enough.
Take
Bef-
point.
before you guys do, is there anything else you guys want to do in this room?
Oh, that's a good point. Isn't there a bunch of treasure in the middle of it?
Well, we split that up.
Oh, did we? Even the trinkets? Did we get the doorknobs back?
We did not yet.
So to clarify, the let's see, should be here. It was a small pile of the pilfered treasure that these guys found, accumulating into a bunch of unusable stuff to you guys, i.e., doorknobs and stuff of that nature, and roughly the amount of credits you guys earn for defeating those kobolds. Which I'm not sure if I told you. I think I did at the end.
Yeah, we received 155 credits. So there's an additional 155 there?
Uh,
Or was that part of the whole thing?
yeah, sure. We'll say there's an additional. You guys could use it.
Each? 155 each?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Other than that, um, this room is largely just you can kind of get that it's like the meeting area before like kobold hunters leave to go get stuff, or it's like the entrance of a house. It's relatively empty without it being too elaborate. It's just a going and coming room,
Like a mud room.
pretty much.
So that means everybody gets another 31 credits. You said there were doorknobs?
Yeah, there was some. There was some in that pile.
Anything else?
Of importance, not really. It's just a lot of knickknacks, a lot of
Patty wax.
like rusted spoons and shit. Nothing too useful to you.
So we have. Sorry, I just want to go back. So we have 62 credits in total, then, basically. 31
Yes.
plus 31. Okay.
Well, that's an individual thing,
Are
right?
there? Yes. Are there bags? Sacks? That we can throw all this shit in?
Not necessarily. Actually, yeah, there probably would be in this room. There'd probably be
Fine.
small knapsacks and shit, potato
Let's
sacks.
let's leave all the other stuff here in the sacks, and then we'll come back for it.
We'll backtrack. Alright, that sounds like a plan.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do before heading into the next room?
Um, Finnick will just take a real quick glance. He'll look for, he'll do a perimeter walk around the room. He's kind of small, so he'll just see if there's anything. His height, he'll do a search basically.
Okay.
I'll swap a Pokemon. Bring out Litleo.
Okay. Let Leo's out. Yeah, if you'd like to roll an investigation check.
I will do that also.
Okay.
You said investigation.
Yes.
Ah. Hold up, so
got a 14.
I gotta be able to see. Yeah, all right. All right.
Is anyone else joining in the investigation?
I'm trying. What's going on here?
The roller doesn't seem to work, Call.
I had
Does it
intelligence,
not?
right? Intelligence bonus.
Hold on.
Intelligence, and are you proficient in investigation?
I don't think I am. That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
But we're not adding our potential, or are we?
Only if
Huh. It's
you're
not.
proficient in it. You would add in your
Right.
proficiency.
Okay. No. I'm not. I have other proficiencies, but not investigation. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like the roller might be.
No,
Seems to
it's
be
not doing its
online.
job. All right. I'm gonna just roll this natural die 20
Maybe
on
kick
my
it and
table
then.
here. Oh, I got it. Here, I rolled a 7.
Plus 3?
Oh, it just went
Yeah.
offline.
I'll just go with that.
Okay, so we got a 14 and a 7.
Give me a sec. Let me go grab some dice.
You want to try the D&D bot, Call?
Sure.
That's the one I have on my channel. That seems to be up.
Uh, how do I invite it?
I don't remember how I did it.
I might be able to. Um,
Invite people. Uh,
Okay. 14 total.
okay, so 14, 7, and a 14.
Oh, nice.
Raph, you joining in too?
I'm not skilled in it, so. Well, I mean, I could just roll, I guess. I don't know. 2. Yeah,
Two.
no.
Alright, fair enough. So other than the obvious pile of trinkets, there really isn't too much more in this room. There were weapons and stuff hung up here, but they all seem to be at this point in use, or they were. There really isn't anything too special other than the treasure itself that you basically guys already have control of. But
Okay, cool.
it was worth a look around, though. You never know.
There were, if I remember, guys throwing vials, and they were next to the wall. There was nothing over where they were.
No, the two guys that had vials on them.
Okay. I just want to clarify that.
They were throwing shit at you from their own personal stashes.
Right. Okay, cool. And I guess at this point we can start going down. You said the left side, right? Try and find that
Correct.
chapter.
The left side.
Alrighty, left side it is. Let's get a marching order, shall we?
I think it's going to be Neveroth,
Take point.
then me,
Then I can go.
Leo.
Yeah, Pinnacle will be last, I guess. It's not a lot of us. He's sort of the roadblock.
Okay, so Navaroth, Jax, Solomon, and Banuk.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Are you guys traversing stealthily or carefully, or you guys just going in?
I'd say it might be prudent to go not necessarily stealthily, but just cautiously. I mean, these guys are kobolds. It's like I don't know.
Okay, so Solomon, you're the only one going cautiously.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, Nick will probably move more quietly and less cautiously. He's probably a little bit
I can
less concerned about things. I mean, he's going to look behind him.
I
He's
can
not really.
try to stealth.
He's he's going to focus backwards every now and then because forward's taken care of by the three people in front of him. But he will just tend to be quieter.
We can try to stealth, I guess.
Yeah.
I got a
Okay.
16 total for myself. I'm not like heavily armored.
That's
Just
pretty
short sword.
good.
Yeah.
I have a 21
That's
for
even
stealth.
better.
I have a 16.
All right.
Leo has a 12 stealth.
And another 12 for no. All
Oops,
right.
I put it in the wrong room, I think. But yeah, it's sorry, 9 plus 3 for 12 total for stealth.
All right. You guys are moving pretty stealthily. The Pokemon in Panook are probably the least careful, but the rest of you guys kind of help them along and start moving pretty quietly down the hallway. And you get to a point where you can start to see the next room in front of you.
Okay.
I'd say the two in front give me a perception check.
Yeah, I can do that.
I roll a dirty 20. Leo rolls.
I got a 19 total.
Okay, 20 and a 19.
And Leo rolled. His skills is perception, so he rolled a 21.
A 21. Wow. Okay. So the
Stealthy, but he damn good perceptive.
So the first thing you guys notice when looking into this room is along the back wall, there appear to be eggs of some sort all along the back wall of this room you're opening up. And the more you look closely, the more you kind of get the feeling that there's got to be more there than just that. You can't see the entire room from where you are, but with that perception check, you do also notice that the wall behind those eggs seem to be just a little bit off.
Hmm.
How far can we see into the room?
Uh, Say the room's only about 20 feet deep, so all 20 feet.
And the back wall has eggs along it.
Yeah. You can't really see the left wall or the right wall from this angle since you guys aren't in the room yet. But
Hmm.
I do believe last time one of you guys pulled out something to give a light to everyone.
Yeah, I'm Pinnock has
Uh, I
light.
have a lightsaber.
Yeah,
Pinnock has
so
the light. Pinnock has his little wrist mounted widget
right.
computer, basically do whatever widget, and he will cast light, quote unquote,
Okay.
from that.
So yeah, you
Yeah.
guys definitely have a light source with you, so just we're gonna just keep that in mind.
Wouldn't the lightsaber count as a light source too?
Yeah, absolutely it
Yeah,
does.
but it's only a 5 foot light source.
But even then,
It's only a 5 foot light source. So
Oh,
It still
I,
works though. And
I
in
have no idea.
combination with the light
Get it.
spell,
Set it on wide beam.
there you go.
then it's a flashlight.
It stings a little still, I think.
About how wide is the room?
From what you can tell, probably about 25 feet as well.
Hmm. There's no visible kobolds or anything though. No people.
From where the front two guys are looking into, they have not seen any specific people yet, but they also can't see the entire room yet.
Keep moving in, I guess.
all right.
Yeah, we might as well. I'll have my blaster pistol out and ready.
All right. So as you guys approach, let's have the other two guys give a perception check now. As you guys are moving up, they'll be able to see better.
Ooh. That's a 22.
22.
Yeah.
And
17 plus 5.
Everybody make a check.
yeah,
Oh, no, I didn't see anything. I have
okay.
a 6 total.
He's still looking behind us.
So Solomon, you not being able to see into the room as much, do get a good look at your surroundings. And as you guys are entering the room, Solomon, you notice that the structural supports that open up this room also seem to be giving you an odd vibe.
Structural supports, like they look like pillars.
Yeah.
Odd in that they seem sort of slapped together, or odd as in they have some sort of like depiction on them or something.
Odd as in, if you didn't know better, they probably aren't holding up anything important.
Okay.
Or they're holding up something very important, but it's not the ceiling.
Right.
Can we see into the room? I mean, are we in the room now?
Are you guys entering the room?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I will basically thrust them to because I'm last. So yes, it's not.
So does everyone enter the room?
Yeah. Fine.
Okay. Let me roll.
The ceiling falls on your head.
Alright, so you guys all fully enter this room, and uh, you don't see any other kobolds, but nothing seems to have happened. No trap has been sprung. There's just a room. There's a bunch of eggs in this room, and the one back wall is kind of giving you an odd feeling. But
There's no
that's about it.
exit except for the way we came in.
Out of this room, no, there isn't. Okay. You guys want to do anything while you're here?
I feel like this is a scene from Aliens now.
Yeah, I got that vibe too.
I mean,
Leo,
Punik has not seen Aliens, nor or he has actually, but but he's his player has, but he's still his desire to make money over outweighs his his fear of face huggers. So he completely just I'm just gonna roll a crazy roll and see if he thinks that the eggs are able to be sold for anything. Like, are they big? Do they look
Oh,
strange?
fair enough.
He got a natural 20.
nice, nice.
Sorry, bro. I can't perceive anything, right? But I know the value of an egg when I see one. I don't know, but anyway, you tell me. But that's what he got.
Leo and I are gonna go hug the right wall and start
No, 'cause well,
slowly
we won't touch it, but he'll
working
totally walk up
backwards.
to an egg and stare at it with his little Jawa eyes.
Okay, so Pinocchio, you walk up and you start trying to appraise the egg, and
Yeah.
with a nat 20, you get a very good look at this egg, and without touching it, you're like, a kobold egg, I think they can sell for a lot of money. Wait a minute. I don't think this is a kobold egg. I
So,
don't think this is a real egg.
oh no,
What is this? You're not quite sure what it is, but you know it's not an egg. And you quickly get the feeling that, yeah, you probably can't sell these for anything. Sadly
well,
enough.
Canuck will make a really he'll just give a big raspberry right, and he'll just put his hands towards the eggs and shove it. But then he's gonna take his knife out because he loves his knife now, and he's gonna tap on it lightly, not to break it, but he just wants to hear what kind of sound it makes.
Okay, so you go to try to tap on the egg. Let's get a sleight of hand check.
Okay, I got a natural 20.
A natural 20.
This never happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's my average for you tonight. I rolled a 3, I rolled a 4, and 2 20s.
So, still trying to examine the egg, you take the knife and you give it a very light tap as to not break it. And the
That's
second
good.
you do, you realize the amount of power you gave was the perfect amount to not break it, because any more would have broken it.
Oh, so it's delicate,
It's
pretty much. Like
extremely
you're
delicate.
okay.
To the point where you didn't hear much of a sound off the egg because you pretty much stopped yourself from accidentally breaking
I
it.
got you. I got you. Well, in plain English, Fanuc will explain what's going on. He'll stop his Jawa ease at that point. Tell everybody what's up. These are really delicate and worthless, possibly,
Why would they be carrying fake
and
eggs?
they may not be eggs at all.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think they are.
Like a decoy situation?
I think it's a trap.
At that point,
Uh,
I got a bad feeling about this.
yeah.
everyone give me a perception check again.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. An 11 plus 3 is 14.
19.
6 total.
I got a 16 and Leo's got a 19.
Okay, so the majority of you guys start to hear what sounds like low murmuring and some skidding around in the walls as you hear a lever being pulled and rocks fall, trapping you guys inside this room.
So the rocks fall behind us, blocking off the exit.
Blocking up the exit.
Ah, that's not good.
Now we're going to roll initiative.
Let's see. 14. Oh, we got our potential for initiative? I forgot. Or
It would be
your dex.
your dexterity.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a 14 total. For
I got a dirty 20.
Me too.
Nice.
I got a 14 as well.
Well, we're a consistent bunch.
Damn it. Can... Okay, so Solomon, what you get?
30, 20.
20. Okay, Jesus. This app is a little scuffed. Jax, what you get?
14.
Raph, you also got a 20?
Yep.
And Panook, what you get?
14 total. We've not had a full rest or anything like that, right? So we're still drifting off
Yep.
our game.
We had not had a rest.
Correct. Okay. Um. And this guy, boop. Okay, Solomon and Raph, you guys are up first. So, rocks have crumbled behind you, and you guys definitely hear some skittering and some plotting within the walls. But nothing too overt has happened quite yet. What do you guys do? And who wants to go first?
I'll let Raph think first.
Uh, can I attempt to? Let me see how force push slash pull works. Maybe I can get the rocks out of the way. Trying to see if there's like a number as far as like how many pounds I can lift. No, the most it says is let's see. You can use the force to move a medium or small creature or object not being worn or carried within range. Target must make a strength saving throw. Object automatically fails its save. The creature or object moves a number of feet in the direction of your choice based on its size.
Like, how big are these boulders or rocks?
Yeah.
Well, it's more almost like it's not necessarily like one big rock. It's more like a
There's a landslide.
cascade. Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, so I could probably do it. It just might take me a while because I got to do them one at a time.
Right.
Okay. Um, we'll say because it's an object, you probably don't have to make a roll for it.
Yeah, it says that objects automatically. It's a saving throw base, so if it's an object, it automatically fails.
Okay. Can you still make me just a generic D20 roll, almost to see how well you're doing it and how fast you're doing it?
I got a 14. You want me to add anything to it?
No, no need to add anything. It's good to know though. Okay. I guess Solomon, you're up next. So to clarify, you've started to make progress on working your way out. You are doing quite a good job force pushing the rocks and force pulling the rocks out of the way. Clear space. But there's still quite a bit to go.
I'm gonna brandish my rapier. So just pull it out. Then I am going to. I'm gonna listen. Is there one side of the room that the chittering seems to be coming from compared to another?
There seems to be not really.
I can't tell.
Not yeah, not really. There's you definitely heard chittering coming from the left wall and the right wall, but you thinking back to it, you probably also heard a response from the back wall. So maybe there's, you know, them all
Conversation.
around.
Yeah. Um. There doesn't seem to be anything happening though, right? Aside from just the rocks falling.
Not quite yet.
So I will. Um, I'll just speak. I'll say hello. Trying to get a response.
Okay.
Perhaps we can work something out. Maybe try and persuade them to speak back to me.
Uh, is the comprehend language still going on?
It lasts an hour, so I don't know if it's been an hour. I can always do it again with for a point, but I don't know
Uh,
if my universal translator's working still.
I think it started to end when you guys
Okay,
entered the first room because of how long it took you guys to lead
yeah,
the tied up kobolds to the cave.
yeah. I could do it again, but I'll have to wait till when I go.
So I will say, Solomon, you do hear a response, but you, unless you speak Draconic, you don't understand what they're saying.
Speak on. That is a good question. Um, I don't think I got any additional languages, so. Alright, I don't hear anything else.
Okay. Next up, you guys.
Well, that technically, I'll take the dodge action because if you let me
Gotcha.
speak as a free action, I'll take the dodge action to sort of get myself ready.
Duly noted. At this point, you hear what sounds like something being tipped over towards the back as a relatively odorous smell starts spilling in through the walls, but hasn't quite gotten to any of you yet.
Okay, who farted?
Up next would be
You just said it was odorless.
no odorous.
Oh, odorous.
Yeah, if it was odorless, you guys wouldn't know what's going on. But
It's fun.
it's a smelly smell that smells smelly. Up next
Smell it.
is either Panook or Jax of who wants to go first.
Go ahead if you want. I,
You want me to go?
yeah,
So I will put away my
unless you want
blast.
me to go.
I will put away my blaster and draw my lightsaber, and I will take the lightsaber, ignite it, and start raking it across the right wall as I walk down the right wall.
Okay, I'll say make an attack roll.
That's a 19.
I think it should be a. Oh, no. Okay. 19. So you take your lightsaber and you pretty much stab it into the right
No,
wall.
that's not what I'm doing. I'm just taking it as I'm walking. I'm just dragging it across. I didn't stab at it. I have the tip hitting the wall, and I'm
Right.
just walking with it.
So you stab it in and you walk forward.
Okay.
I mean, it's a lightsaber. It's going through the wall anyway.
Right.
If you're not putting any force into it, then you're just kind of like dragging it across the wall. It's not going to do anything other than maybe damage the wall. Figure you're
I want
trying to
to
get
see
anything
if it's.
behind it, right?
I was no. I was trying to see if it made it if it was different, if it was made of a different material that the lightsaber would damage easier than rock.
Okay. So using the lightsaber to basically investigate the wall through whether or not it takes lightsaber damage.
Right.
Whatever you did, you definitely startled something behind it. but from this position, it just seems like a fairly thin wall.
Okay. So I'll stop, and I will at this point jab the lightsaber into it and start trying to cut out a big circle out, or a big square.
Okay, since you pretty much attacked it already, I'll say you can start to do that, but you're not done with it yet. And is that the end of your turn?
Uh, then let Leo's gonna be ready on the ready.
Okay. As this odor starts filling the room, can you also make a Constitution check for me, please?
All of
Everybody.
us, or
Just him. Just him for right
Okay.
now. It's the end of the turn kind of thing.
I'm gonna. I will have Pinook. Just so you know, my action's pretty straightforward. I don't have a lightsaber, so Pinook will take a deep breath of hopefully still good air, and start quickly searching the edges of the room for like another doorway out, like a hidden doorway or something. You know.
Okay, let's say give me an investigation check.
All right. I have a 14, and Leo has a 16.
Okay, you're both good for now. It's definitely a pungent smell, but hasn't affected you quite yet.
Pinook got a 7 total, so I doubt I find much of anything.
Panook's kind of looking around, kind of frantically, hoping for another way out. Hasn't found one yet, though.
But he was by the back wall investigating the eggs.
Right. Okay. And at that point,
Wait, hang on. Derek, what else did you do?
yeah.
No, just started looking for basically some sort of hidden doorway out or something. I
Okay.
rolled a really bad roll. So.
Then take a dodge action as well.
Oh, okay, sure.
Also, at that point, can you also make me a Constitution check or a save? Actually, save.
For Pinook.
Yeah.
All right, he rolled a 15, so if I'm adding my potential towards and Constitution, right?
Is he proficient? Is I'll check. He's an engineer, right?
Yeah. Where is
Saves on Constitution, so yes, you add your proficiency place your Constitution modifier.
he? That's only +1 anyway. So it's an 18 total for Pinook.
Yeah, you're still fine. The deep breath you took is definitely helping. And next is an enemy. So from through a small hole that's very hard to see on the back wall comes shooting a firebolt directly at Raph.
Oh, can I deflect it?
Uh, you can certainly try. Does it have to hit you to reflect it?
Actually, yeah, that's true. So let's see if that what happens first.
So you go to pull out your lightsaber to deflect his incoming attack, but it completely whiffs you anyway. So although you would have loved to hit it back at him, you just couldn't. And that's going to lead back to the top of the order.
Yeah, basically, like as it's coming towards me, I like turn to grab my lightsaber, and it just bounces off my shelf.
Pretty much. So, I guess we're going the same order. So, Raph, did you take the first action?
Yes. All right. Did I see where that comes from?
Yeah, it came from a hard to spot hole in the back wall.
Okay. Do I see anything through that hole, or is it's very small?
It's it's pretty much the size of a spear hole, or in this case, a firebolt hole.
Hmm. All right, I guess I'll go up to it and I guess just with my lightsaber try to make the hole bigger.
All right. I'd say give me an attack roll with the lightsaber.
That's a 23.
All right. You start making quite a bit of progress on opening up this wall. Of course, doing so means you've stopped working on digging your way out.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Is that it?
And that came from the back wall, right?
That one came from the back wall.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Sullivan?
I'm going to go and inspect the column further that I thought was so strange.
That
And
was where the rocks fell.
that was where the rocks fell. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not there anymore.
No.
Okay.
It was strange because it was holding up something nefarious.
Right, right, right. So from what I've seen, the walls are pretty malleable. What with Jack's tearing through it with his lightsaber. Uh, his lightsaber. Okay. Um, I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna try and chide them. I'm try and get them to speak to me again. I'll say, "Hey, we could talk it out."
Okay.
Is there a response?
There is.
Okay. Where the response comes from, I don't care what they say. I'm gonna try and fire a bolt, a wrist bolt, at the spot where I hear it coming from.
Okay. Uh, you hear there was the response coming from the back wall.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and like sort of pinpoint where I hear it coming from. Did it sound like it was away from the hole that Raph is cutting now? Like they moved?
Uh, Not quite. It was probably around where that hole was. And by
Alright.
around it, I mean you can't really tell where they are behind the wall.
Sure. It's a 15 on the 15 total.
Okay. Um. So you pop a shot at the wall and try to see if you can pinpoint where that sound's coming from. And the wrist star actually gets stopped in the wall. You just barely missed an opening that might have hit, but not quite.
Okay.
I mean, it's one thing
Um,
to shoot through these holes when you're right next to them. It's another thing to shoot through them from a fair distance away.
sure. That's it then.
Okay. That leads. Oh, I forgot to have. Real quick, can Raph and Solomon give me con checks or saves?
An 18 on the die.
All right.
18 as well.
All right. You guys are nailing it.
Just body code today, huh?
So now, is there anyone around the left wall?
No.
Okay. So a from the right wall, a spear pokes out where Jax you're stabbing into it to make a hole.
Hmm.
A spear sticks out to try to jab you, and from the back wall, two spears stick out, one to try to get Panook and one to try to get Raph. Okay, so Jax, you get hit. Raph, you're impossible to hit. And Panook, you also get hit.
Including the dodge.
Oh, that's right, the dodge. Hold on, maybe you don't get hit.
I was hoping.
Nope, sorry, you do still get hit.
Okay. I tried.
So, Jax, you take 4 points of damage, and Panook, you take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And then it's Jax, you're up.
I continue to make an opening in this wall.
Okay, after the turn of last time taking it, you're
I can't
able.
hear you.
Ugh. After. Okay, well, you can't hear. I think everyone else can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I can.
Are you having Discord troubles?
Me? No.
Okay, now you're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So after the first turn of you making this hole, you've completed making the hole. And you now find that there is, in fact, a cobalt. I guess, yeah. You make the hole, it crumbles away. You see a cobalt and a little 5 foot cubby that seems to connect to the outside of this room. Or the perimeter, the outer perimeter of this room.
Can Leo make an attack?
Yeah.
You will Ember
All right.
the Cobalt. That's a nat 20.
Okay.
For 12 fire damage.
He poofs.
Bye.
He dead boy. Alrighty.
Then, with the rest of our move, I'm going to move into that little cubby hole.
Okay, it's not very high, about exactly as high as a kobold is, so you'd have to crouch.
Is it really just a cubby, or is there
It's like yeah, it's a tunnel that makes the outer perimeter of this room, but it's short and stubby.
All right.
It's
Then
literally
yell,
like
guys,
three. It's like 3 feet by 2 feet.
guys, this way. And I'll have let Leo go first, and I'll start crawling behind him.
Pinocchio
Okay.
will run over that way.
Pinocchio, you have a lot easier of a time fitting in this area. And before the end of your turn, Jackson, you get a Constitution save.
Even though I'm not in that room anymore.
It's an order. It's kind of following you.
For 14. And 13, 14, 15 for Leo.
You guys are still good. Panook, you're up.
I'm not sure what to do at this point, but I'm trying to get out, but I don't want to collide into others. So I'll take the dodge action. I'll have my blaster ready. Knife in one hand, blaster in the other. He'll try to make his way forward through the area.
Okay, so going into this cubby area, especially with how this this new, I guess, doorway was made, it
Yep.
pretty much branches off both left and right from where you enter.
Okay.
Right taking you towards the back wall, left seemingly taking you out of the room entirely.
Right.
So, with Litleo and Jax being, which way did you go?
Towards the back.
Right. So They went
They went
right,
right. Well,
probably
then we'll
about halfway up it.
strengthen numbers, so we'll go that same direction.
Okay. You follow? That's fair. So, alright, next up is the sorcerer again, who this time is going to, instead of firing off a firebolt at Raph, is going to fire a firebolt at an egg next to Raph.
Hmm.
And he hits the egg, because the eggs are easy to hit. And Raph isn't. So, Raph, can you make me a con save, please? As this egg now explodes into a small gas of poison.
All right. 17 total.
Okay. Take 4 points of poison damage, which is you resisting most of it.
Oh no.
But that's it. Makes you cough a bit, but otherwise wasn't that bad. And then it's gonna be top of the round again, which is you.
All right. So what do I? Now that there's that hole in the wall, what do I see?
So just like from Jax's perspective, you finally open up this wall, and again you find this cubby that these guys are hiding in. But instead of seeing one kobold, you see the kobold sorcerer who evaded you, and two other kobolds.
All
These
right. I'm
other
gonna.
kobolds aren't the ones you previously had tied up. They're very clearly different kobolds.
All right. I'm gonna force pull the kobold sorcerer to me.
Okay, it's
So he's
a
gotta
save,
he's
right?
gotta make a strength save. Yeah. It's 13 to beat.
You rolled an 18 on the die,
Yeah. All right. In that case, I'll go to him, and I'll take my movement action.
and you get right up on him.
Yeah.
Alright, so you kind of squeeze yourself into this hole and ready to, ready,
I'm coming for you.
ready to just make mincemeat of this guy.
Yep.
Solomon, you're up.
So I'm gonna move across the room a little bit because I was sort of near the entrance right wall to see if I could get a vantage point on where Raph is. Maybe I can just see one of them to fire a shot at.
Okay, so you maneuver around, and with this new, much larger hole in the wall, you do, in fact, are able to see one of the kobolds hiding behind there. But from the angle you're at, it's not the sorcerer,
Okay.
and they still have a bit of cover to them.
That'd be disadvantage.
No. It's just a bit harder to hit them.
Okay. Yeah, the DC does it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll still try and take a shot, all the while saying, "Hey, I said we could work this out." 14.
I believe that hits,
Nice.
even with the AC bump.
Then I'm gonna do 6 points of damage.
You dome him.
Nice.
He also dead.
And at the end of my turn as a free action, I'll just say, "This doesn't need to be happening." Try and make the tone like almost apologetic, but more of, you made me do this.
Done fucked up.
Yeah, you done fucked up is right.
I mean, from their perspective, you guys walked in with three captives, and
We left the treasure behind. the treasure's still in the main room.
and started mercilessly killing everyone. So
That's it's all a matter of opinion, man.
They attacked us first.
Yep.
I definitely remember them pointing spears at you first, but I don't think they attacked first.
They did.
We'll see about that one.
We do have a pretty stabby with us, so
The remaining cobalt uh, is going to try to stab out and hit another egg by Raph, since he's not confident in his ability to take a spear and drive it into the back of a turtle shell.
I'll buy the eggs.
You're close enough to him.
Okay.
have we seen something happen when they puncture an egg?
Yes.
Is
Yeah,
that where the gas is coming from?
that's where a poison gas is coming from, but not where the bad smelly gas is coming from.
Okay.
The stink.
He definitely pops that egg. Can I get another con check from you? Or
Does
save?
the gas?
Keep saying
Does the
check.
gas?
I mean save.
Does
That's
the gas linger?
17.
Or
The poison gas, no. The smelly gas has been.
okay.
For only 3 points of poison damage this time.
Okay.
And then it's going to be Jax's turn.
No, they just went. It was end of round.
No. Solomon went before that,
Yeah.
and then they went.
Okay.
So it's your turn.
So we're gonna keep going towards the back.
Okay, so Litlio leads the way. You turn a corner, and you guys end up flanking the sorcerer.
Let Leo Ember attack.
Alright.
Playing with flanking rules.
Sure. Especially in this case.
You get to roll an advantage.
Yeah, sure.
Six 16.
Yeah, that hits.
For 5 points of fire. For 6 points of fire.
Okay. He's dead.
Woo!
He was injured from the last fight. So, leaving just a singular cobalt left. And Panuk, you're up.
Well, Nick's gonna try to make no kobolds left standing. And so he's gonna fire his blaster at him. Got another natural 20. I say.
Uh,
On a kobold.
I would say that since you're in the cubby shooting past two people and a Pokemon, it might be a disadvantage.
Okay,
So roll that again,
sure.
please.
I got a 12 and adding my dex, so +3, so it's a 15.
Okay, you still hit, but it wasn't a crit.
Okay, I'll just give you. Um, it's a D4. So 3.
Is that plus dex?
For a blaster? I don't think you do. Okay, yeah. So for damage too, I'm
Yeah.
not used to 5th edition. So that's +3. Then it's 7.
Yep, you got him. You domed him too.
Okay. Do a little challenge here.
So just so you know, Derek, you would add your proficiency bonus and your dexterity modifier to hit, and then you'd add your dexterity modifier
Oh,
for damage
so
for
yeah,
hitting
with
that
17 to
extra.
hit. I forgot about proficiency, but not proficiency for damage, right?
Correct.
Okay, right.
Only the ability modifier.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay. And that's all the kobolds in this room.
Is there a way out?
Following through the cubbies, you do. You still have to clear a little bit of dirt out of the way, but it's not that bad. But you guys can find a way out,
Okay.
leading back to the hallway, back to the first room.
Oh, that was fun.
So then we need to go up the right tunnel. Right.
Correct.
Well, did the sorcerer have anything cool on him?
The sorcerer specifically, no, he didn't have anything cool on him,
Did he have cool robes?
Did he
but
drop anything cool?
he did not drop anything cool.
He didn't drop any cool loot.
Not any cool loot. He dropped the normal amount of credits as they normally do,
And XP.
and XP, yeah, but
Gotta drop that XP.
which I guess do you guys want the XP you just earned now? Because it's not a lot.
No, I could save it. Bundle it with the next.
Are we into decimals?
I mean, a single base cobalt ain't much for you guys right now.
So we got four of them.
Well, no, you got four of them and one scale sorcerer, which is a little bit more. Where is he? The total amount of XP you guys would have gotten for those four kills would have been 275 XP, split four
Damn,
ways.
son.
So 275 divided by four.
Rounding up or rounding down?
Down.
68 points each.
Okay, you know what? Round up. 69 points each.
69 points each.
At that 969. All right.
You guys would have also found roughly 28 credits from fighting them.
Throw that in the party fund.
Just want me to throw that whole thing in the party fund?
Yeah, just throw the whole thing in the party fund.
Okay. So you make it back to the middle of the room, or the middle of the first room. What do you guys do?
Is there anything? Does it look like anything different? Has anyone been through here?
Not that you can tell. Everything still seems to be exactly where it was when you left.
No, like fresh tracks or anything?
Nope.
Well, I think we've got what we came for. Is there any reason that we need to stick around here?
There is an entire right path.
True. Could be cool goodies down that way. Or death.
But the notion that you guys found the missing doorknobs is correct. You guys did, in fact, find those.
I'm all for clearing this place out.
Yeah, I'd be cool with clearing it out.
All right, I'll follow your lead.
So we go down the right path.
Yeah, I think it's going along with this.
Okay, is there anything else you guys want to do beforehand? Any preparations? Any heals? Any.
Anybody really injured?
We should probably rest.
I don't know if resting right here would be the best, though.
Right, unless we are able to block off these paths, I don't think.
Really could step outside, but then we'd have to find a way back in.
Well, there are plenty of fallen rocks and shit to block up the paths with, as you've seen.
But apparently they can dig.
Kobolds normally can, yeah, but they don't necessarily
Well, then we
dig
can.
very fast.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm a caster, so I certainly would like to rest up too. But I think maybe we should just try and go.
Will a short rest?
Short rest don't do no. I mean, aside from giving me some more HP, I'm at 10. I'm below half, but I guess we could take a short rest real quick.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking.
Well, then let's take a short rest.
Okay.
I'll sing a song of rest.
I just am unfamiliar. Does that give me anything
Yeah,
back? It's a cast, or does it give me tech points, whatever they are?
a short one. I don't think so.
Okay, it's fine. That's nice.
You get all your tech points back at a short after you finish a short or long rest.
Okay.
Wow,
Wow.
it's pretty good.
Damn.
You went Sentinel, Raph.
Yeah,
You need to finish a long rest
how to get my force points.
for your force points.
All right.
Well, if
So
anybody, I'll sing a song of rest. So if anybody extends hit dice, you get an extra D6 on top of the healing.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Does that affect Pokemon as well, Go?
Yeah, you or any allies.
Yeah.
If you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points. So you or any friendly creatures. So I could definitely
And
see that.
Pokemon do have hit points that they can spend,
Yeah,
so
but do they have hit dice?
yeah, they should.
Oh, they do have hit. Okay. So I'm gonna call back Leo, bring out Cubone, and he's gonna spend the hit die.
Well, if you're resting, you could theoretically have all of your Pokemon rest. You don't just have to have one of them short rest. So if you want to spend hit die on multiple of your Pokemon, you can.
Will that bring back Squirtle, who's unconscious?
Squirtle being unconscious, uh, he's gonna be unconscious for a while. I don't think Pokemon naturally wake up after a while. I think you have to get them healed at a Pokemon Center.
Okay. Okay. 7.
I'm playing Pokemon hard mode.
I mean, if you had a revive or other Pokemon healing items, they would work too. Of course. I don't know if you took any of that.
I don't have a revive.
No.
I have a potion. I have a fresh water.
All right. So Squirtle seems to be down for the count then.
So, so do they get the benefit of a rest as if they were at a Poke Center? Do they get their PP back as well, or what?
I don't think on a short rest.
Okay.
They just get some hit points back for resting.
Okay.
Although I think I would need to look up. I might be incorrect about that. After this session, I'll make sure I'll take a second look at Pokemon resting because I think the book imagines you to be only resting at Pokemon centers because that's what you do in Pokemon. So, well, for right now, we'll just say it's just spend hit dice. I don't think you would because PP is almost like spell points in a way. So
A short rest can be used as little as a half an hour and recover hit points based on normal 5e roll. People does not recover in a short rest.
there you go.
Does not revive fainted Pokemon.
There we go. So I was correct. All right. So you guys take a short rest, and it's relatively uneventful. Nothing. No kobolds come to look at you. No one comes to poke fun at you. You're able to relax for a bit, distress, and it's go time. It's ready to go.
All right.
Okay.
Feeling a bit more refreshed. You guys head down the right hallway.
Yes.
Okay. Any other preparations you guys want to do? Any pre-combat spells you want to cast? Any? No.
No, good.
Alrighty. So once again, moving stealthily, not caring.
Stealthily.
Yeah, we'll try stealthy again.
I got a 13 this time.
I got a 6. Leo
I got a 14.
got a 19.
And Panook.
Hold on.
Okay.
I rolled a 12, so
12.
Plus 3 would be 15.
yeah, 15.
Okay, so your stealthiest one is the one slightly on fire. Funny. Okay, so you guys move cautiously and stealthily down the right hallway, and you eventually get to a point where, I guess, same marching order too?
Yeah. Well, I'll be in the front. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, stay marching order.
We'll say, again, front two guys, perception check.
I got an 11, and Leo has a
Yeah, 12.
12.
Okay, so you guys get to a point where you can see the room in front of you, and what you guys see is about 30-ish feet in. You see a kobold sitting on a makeshift throne with two, which seem to be guards, standing right next to him. One of the guards seems to see you guys back through the hallway, whispers into the one sitting on the throne's ear, and they immediately get up.
Well, this seems to be their leader. Do you want to try and be nice to them?
Sure.
They don't look like they're trying to be nice to us, but
We don't really have initiative, but if someone wants to try speaking to them, that will cast his comprehend language, basically. His universal translator.
Okay. Panook enters translator mode.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm punching stuff on my. I don't know if they'll take that offensively. Nook is gonna, punch keys on his little wrist computer, and that's basically what he does to cast his tech spells.
All right. He brings up Google Translate and is ready for an input.
Yeah, the group, the, the speaker version.
Yep.
Battlefish.
There you go.
Or really, I mean, I think it's Panook has to basically do the translating, but he will. He's accepted his role as that, the Jawa who must, you know,
The knife
sometimes
wielding,
yeah,
knife wielding translator.
All right.
he's little, but He's versatile.
You guys currently aren't in the room, but you very easily get the feeling that you've seen them and they've seen you. So,
We'll enter the room.
everyone?
Yep.
Okay.
How big is the room and what else do you see?
So, as you enter the room, you guys realize that it doesn't open up too much because there are these tables that have been flipped over to pretty much extend the hallway out. So you guys are in a makeshift hallway that is 10 feet wide by about 25 feet long that leads up to the throne. And behind these tables that are about 4 feet tall, just barely, completely blocking Panook's vision, but just barely not blocking the rest of you guys' vision, with kobolds at the ready behind them. You guys see there are four kobolds with the shield and spears, kind of using the table as cover, with spears ready to poke through. Two on each side, and also on each side, another another one of those scale sorcerers. This time, each of them have wings, though. So on each side, on the left and right flank, there are two shields and one sorcerer. And in front of you, there is the chief and his two bodyguards.
Who wants to do the talking?
I mean,
Solomon.
probably the best part. I'll come in and I'll say, "Greetings. How are you on this great day?"
Hands up.
Okay. So
Canucks
Well,
just
actually,
like
translate good. Like,
Canucks just like he says, "What's up?"
the chief, having gotten up before, shouts out to you guys in Draconic, but translates into Common. You have entered my home and killed my people. Leave now.
I'll say something along the lines of, "We came investigating. I believe your people are the ones that attacked first."
I do not care who attacked first. Leave.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's not be
You cut off.
beneficial to us.
Yeah, what was that part? You cut off a bit.
I said, "Let's not be too hasty now. Perhaps this could be beneficial to all of our parties."
I'll say roll a persuasion check.
God, man, do I love persuasion check. Oh yeah, 21.
Is it 21?
21.
You see him kind of relax a little bit and go, "Alright, I'm listening."
I see no need for bloodshed, but the people that asked us to come investigate were simply wondering why their doorknobs were going missing.
Uh, he looks a little confused and he asks, "Did you find them here?"
I said, "Yeah, there's a big pile of them right in that lovely common area you have."
Well, anything my people take belongs to us.
I said, "Well, that doesn't seem very diplomatic. Those people work hard for those doorknobs, and they much don't respect you coming in and trying to take them without, proper trading, much like you didn't like us just coming in here to find out what happened to them."
So we're on the same page then.
I'd say we're on similar pages. I could say that no one will disturb you here as long as you don't disturb the town anymore.
Okay,
Really? Oh,
but
oh very
our boss needs shinies.
shiny. Well, perhaps we could arrange for you to be offered some sort of monthly or yearly tribute so in that peace can be arranged, that you can reach an accord between them and yourself.
Roll another persuasion check.
God, oh, that went to 23.
At this point, he actually takes a step back and sits back down on his throne and gets into a thinking man position.
Sure, yeah.
Who's his boss?
So, you guys bring us shiny, and we don't have to go get shiny?
That's the gist of it. Really, I don't think us personally would be delivering it, but we can arrange for maybe a drop spot in the forest that only you would know about, where you can go and collect your shiny.
Okay, so shiny put in forest, and big people like you no bother us.
As long as you know bother the
So, the town off limits, shiny in forest, we get shiny, no big people.
Yep, there you go.
We lost Derek.
We did.
Yeah, there he's back.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will say though, we need to take the doorknobs back with us.
Who's his boss?
Okay.
Uh, he kind of looks still a little perplexed. He, I like, I like the idea of this, but you want the doorknobs back?
Yes. They're different shiny. Better.
So you trade some of your shinies for the doorknobs?
No, no, no. You get shiny later.
So you get doorknobs now for shiny later.
Yes. But lots of shiny all the time.
Hmm.
More shiny than you could ever dream about.
I kind of whispered to him, just like, I don't think the townsfolk are gonna go for this.
Me neither.
I'll sort of go back and say, yeah, we'll figure something out
Uh, while you guys were whispering to each other, you guys also hear you see the two bodyguards whispering to the the leader, and you kind of overhear them because of with the translator, and they kind of whisper to him like, "Sounds like a pretty good deal, boss. You should take it." And he's like, "Yeah, okay,
Okay.
but I want some shiny now for losing the doorknobs now."
All right. How many doorknobs are there?
Uh, about about 16 ish.
All right. So I will take out 16 credits and I will say one of these shiny for each of your shiny.
That's not a lot of shiny. 3 each.
Then how about we meet in the middle? I'll give you two shiny of mine for every one shiny of yours. That's 2 for 1.
Deal.
Okay. Then I'll give him 32.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll give him 32 credits. I don't think he gives receipts, so
You see one of the bodyguards run up and collect it, and
okay.
run back.
And I'll tell him that uh, we can arrange where to find the shiny in the forest when we return. We'll return with the first shinies, and then past that, he can find them in the forest.
Okay.
Okay. And at that point, I'll sort of direct the party members to
He
go
says
pick up.
before you guys leave, when you return, I'll have one of my guys in the front of the cave that you can talk to.
There we go.
Who's his boss?
Oh, yeah, by perchance, is there another kobold, your boss, so to speak?
My boss?
Yeah, your boss.
No, they're not a cobalt.
You, you're the boss.
I, I'm boss here. Yeah.
Who's big boss?
Big boss?
Big boss. Your boss.
He thinks for a second, and then he kind of pulls something from a little pouch by his like chair, a little cubby hole to keep stuff in his chair, and he pulls out this like almost like a tabard, and it shows a symbol of like a blue dragon skull, and he points to it and he goes, "That's Big Boss."
Where is big boss?
Uh, I don't know.
How do you how do you get orders from big boss?
They come by, yell a lot, and blast some lightning here and there.
You know when they come?
Every so often, as he kind of looks confused at you, like,
You know name of big boss?
uh, rather not say.
Rather not.
It's a weird name.
Let's sort of go back to the party. Should we push it, or should we come back and try and find later?
This seems to be some kind of blue dragon. We'll leave it.
Yeah,
Get the hell out of here. If you're not gonna take them out.
yeah. I'll say, well, thank you. We shall return.
Okay. They let you leave. No further incident.
We take our doorknobs.
I
Bring
will
us.
say, while in that room, you guys do notice another offshoot behind where the throne is that seems to lead to another room. But
Are we followed into the main chamber? Just let us sort of find our own way out.
uh, no one accompanies you. You're led to your own devices.
Okay, so once we get back to the main chamber, us, try and get every and be like, we got the doorknobs, but did you see that other passageway?
Yeah.
Not sure what kind of treasures kobolds would have.
They're hoarding treasure for a dragon. Could be quite profitable.
We can always go back to the town. Kind of evil to sort of rally a posse to come in here and storm it, but
Especially after you just brokered a deal.
yeah, it is what it is. I'm a vampire, bro.
It is what it is.
I'm a vampire. I got more time than I know what to do with.
What we can do is we can go rest up, come back fully charged and ready to go.
Yeah, I know. He seemed like a nice guy. Guess we could bully him into finding more information out of his boss, and if it goes south, sort of, you know.
Or we can just finish this quest and go on to the next one.
That
Yeah,
asks, what is it? What are the knobs worth?
Not 2 credits each.
yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, not 2 credits each, but hey, we'll
Well,
see.
he's just making a point.
Yeah.
His greedy Java eyes glow.
The doorknobs are probably worth more to those who've lost to them than to anyone else.
Right.
The doorknobs are worth 1,000 credits, buddy.
We're trying to extort the town. Found a doorknob. 100 credits each. All right, maybe we go back to the town. We give everybody their doorknobs. Maybe do we know the mayor there?
I mean, the town really wasn't a town. It was, again, more of a hamlet. Literally only eight-ish buildings. The 16 doorknobs, you guess, would be the front door and back door of each house.
Right.
You don't really know if there was a, like, mayor, per se.
Sure.
You've only really talked to two people while you were there.
Yeah.
Just a town figurehead of sorts.
I mean, there was a tavern keep. They might be the best person in that sense.
Yeah, we'll go up to the tavern keep and like here are your doorknobs.
Okay, hold on, we're not there yet. You guys got to get back to the town first.
Well, my only concern would be, what happens. Sorry, what happens if this deal goes south and the kobolds just sort of attack the town?
Well, if they were dead, they couldn't do that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did also kill a fair bit of kobolds, so they might be weakened as a total force. So, you guys also know that relatively close to the town, there is a military outpost from the kingdom you're in. So,
Hmm.
it's not too unlikely that if an attack were to happen, help would be able to arrive fairly quickly.
When we accepted the quest, who did we accept it from?
You accepted it from the pretty much the, I guess, the guild keeper from the guild hall back in the main city.
Right. Is that who we have to go to in order to complete it?
Yeah, pretty much the receptionist there.
In Starview?
And no, the guild hall was in Laststar. Star View was the name of the hamlet.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, we could just go give them the doorknobs, come back in a number of in-game time, and find out that we gotta fight the kobolds anyways.
Well, you guys do have two other quests relatively within the area.
Right.
All right, let's go back to the town. Give them their goddamn doorknobs. Do the other two that are within this area, and then we'll go back to the guildmaster.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, you guys managed to get back to the town quickly and before it gets too dark. It is starting to get dark, though, by the time you make it back to the town. But you make it without incident, and I guess you go into the tavern?
Yep.
Alright.
We empty the sack of doorknobs on a table. And say, here, your doorknobs have been returned.
Oh, thanks. I guess I'll get these out to everyone else. Although I think most of them just kind of ordered new ones from the city to be delivered, but an extra doorknob here and there. No one's gonna be too mad.
Great. We also need rooms for the night.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. So it's gonna be uh, what's the basic rate? Five credits.
Can we
Five
interest you in
credit.
doorknobs instead?
So yeah,
So 5 credits a pop.
for the heroes that
5 credits a
didn't
room.
manage to get you your doorknobs back, maybe you might be able to be a little softer on that rate.
Well, to be fair, the real heroes are going to be the blacksmiths working on our new fancier doorknobs. But you guys definitely did some work, I guess. Uh,
And we reduced the number of kobolds in the area
That we did.
there were kobolds in the area.
who were stealing your doorknobs. Yes.
They were the ones stealing the doorknob. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. All right, yeah, 5 credits.
For 4 rooms.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. So
Oh wait, so how much a piece?
Don't worry about it. I'll take it out of the party
Oh,
fund.
you're gonna do it for the party? Oh, fine. All right. I'm feeling loaded.
That's why there's a party fund.
yeah,
I gotta go AFK to say goodnight to my kid. So
Okay.
just continue on. Tunic will be unassuming in the meantime.
Well, we're gonna eat and then rest.
Panook runs up to his room and logs out real quick.
He reads comic books. That's Tunic.
Okay. I mean, a night within the tavern, not very eventful. The one guy you tried to get information from originally comes back in. Almost immediately gets kicked out by the tavern guy, but eventually is still stubborn enough and sits in his corner, hoping someone buys him a drink. Few other patrons of the town coming in and out. You know, nothing too.
Anybody come in and grab their doorknob?
Yeah, people do after getting word that I got a doorknob back, figuring that's probably better in the meantime than whatever they're using now. Other than that, nothing eventful. Anything you guys want to do on your own?
Gonna sharpen my lightsaber.
As one does.
there is there a shop in the town where I can buy more darts or
Like,
something that would fit into my wrist launcher akin to darts.
in this small town, probably not. Because you'd either need to get them specially made or find your way back to World Origin to get them.
Okay. I was just
Seeing
curious. I didn't know if
as
they had like
the
a
wrist
small
launcher
store.
is more of a futuristic item.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. I will, however, go down into. You sit like in the bottom floor of the tavern, like a bar of people and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll sort of go down there and I'll use my prestidigitation and I'll sort of try and bust a little bit, like regale everybody with the tale of us going to, rescue the doorknobs. Speak of how brave our party members were when we fought the cobalt sorcerers and stuff. And I'll sort of have, a little, I'll like, have an empty mug there for tips and stuff.
Okay, roll a performance.
Aha.
See how well you tell the tale.
A
How
16.
many rooms are around?
I mean, maybe in the forest, but definitely not in the town. Especially not in the tavern.
So 16.
16. Okay. So you realize at a certain point the tavern gets real busy with pretty much almost everyone in the hamlet, coming in for a drink,
Right.
and that's when you decide, let me tell the tale. And a fair bit of people are like, yeah, okay, this is actually pretty interesting. We get drinks and a story. That's pretty nice. The the one kind of belligerent guy is still in his corner, just kind of being an asshole, not really listening. But you managed to make a couple, let's say, ooh,
What's that?
that was a die. Uh, say all in all, you get about 6 credits from the people.
Something. Well, at the end, also thank them for their time and like just mention that tips are appreciated, and then I'll sort of sit back and you know calmly play a song with the jar still out.
All right.
And that's how I'll sort of wind down the night.
By the time you end up going to sleep, you end up getting about 5 extra credits from the songs.
Nice. Work hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill.
All right. Um, I guess night passes. You get a long rest. You pretty much skip today, and it's daytime now. What are you guys doing? You guys still have 2 more quests in the area you can go and try to tackle. You, there's a cobalt cave that might have something in it that you know of.
Well, what were our other two quests? There was what
You could
Griffin fight.
continue, yeah, you could continue forward to help the nearby military outpost with problems they're having, or there was a quote unquote griffin sighted nearby the town, nearby the hamlet, that needs, or having flown over the hamlet, that needs to be taken care of.
Particularly violent, I'm guessing.
You're not quite sure. They didn't give you too much details on exactly what the griffin, how it behaved. But seeing as they pretty much put a kill or capture order on it,
I was gonna say, like, does it need to be taken care of as in killed, or taken care of as in, give it a warm glass of milk and read it a bedtime story?
it was a kill or capture order
Okay.
with a heavy emphasis on kill.
Hmm. All right. Well, and the other one was to help the military with something. What did you say?
Pretty much at the military outpost, they every once in a while ask adventurers from the guild to come help with pretty much a problem they've been having. Give some of their soldiers some time to rest as they get some outsourced help.
Got it. Okay. What do you guys say about taking care of the griffin first? I feel like that might be a shorter task.
Sure. As long as we don't kill it.
Yeah, I'm of a mind of seeing like what's the deal with it first. If we can, I guess, capture it, as they were saying, or even just get it to leave, then maybe that might be preferable. Because griffins aren't generally like evil creatures. So
Right.
anybody skilled at handling animals?
Why, yes. Yes, I am.
Oh well, yeah, Pokemon trainer, of course.
You would hope so, at least.
Yeah.
Gonna catch you a Griffeon.
You're gonna go catch me a Griffey on. Absolutely.
All right, yeah. So let's check that out. I'll start asking around in the tavern to see if
All right, I'm back.
anybody has
Okay, okay.
seen it recently.
Okay, so daytime hits, and you start asking about the Griffin and if people have seen it recently or where it's gone. And almost as if it was an important plot point, one guy burst in saying, "It's in my farmland. It's eating my livestock." Frantic and at the verge of tears.
Oh well, I guess show us to your farm.
And he does just that.
That was easy.
That was easy.
It's almost as if it was a scripted event.
Alright, so as you guys are approaching where the his farm is, he tells you he this guy tells you guys that you need to take care of it. It's killing my livestock. You guys need to do something, and pretty much now would be the time if you guys want to prepare anything to prepare something.
All right.
Like any again pre-combat spells or items you want to try to use.
Most of my stuff is just done on the fly. I don't really have anything to like pre-buff myself with.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
Chinook is like, I'm looking at his character sheet because I feel like every time you say that, I should be doing something 666. But no, I end up getting stuff that's mostly done on the fly. Although we can talk to a lot of people if we want, I could just keep on using translation program.
Yeah.
It's fair. All
As long
right.
as we don't run into anybody with. I'm assuming most people are going to be speaking common. You never know. That's a
Yeah.
potential.
Okay. One last question for you guys. How do you guys want to approach this? He's showing you the way, but once you guys get basically, let's say you get to the farmhouse, and from the farmhouse, you can't quite see exactly where it is due to kind of a tall grass blocking the view.
There you go. Hold
But
on.
he's still convinced that it's out there. So how would you like to approach?
So I do have one thing. Can I, do you mind if Nook picks up 2 more parasols? I think they're 10 credits each. Is that a problem?
The
Or not yet?
the issue with that is you guys are kind of in the middle of a very small
All right.
fantasy town.
Got you. Okay, no problem. I just didn't know how
Power
much,
cell. What the
yeah.
hell is that?
Yeah. So any other location, power cells will probably be abundant, but right here, right
Okay.
now, not
So it's a
quite.
no. It's fine. No problem.
I'm sorry. Gold
Uh,
or
what if you want? Give me the power cell. I'll give you a fully charged one.
Oh no, it was a backup. I've got 2,
Okay.
so yeah, we're good. I was being extra cautious. And
so
with money, I feel like I have money, so I should spend it. So
I have a solar charger that I can use. That'll charge the power cells.
all right, so maybe we can do that while we hang out.
Yeah.
Just charge them over.
to remind me,
What was that?
what's the end goal with this Griffin?
Capture and kill.
Yeah,
Capture or kill? Okay. Is it terrorizing the farmland? That's what.
for right now, yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna have the Pokemon trainer walk back and forth repeatedly in the tall grass until it decides to show up.
Yeah.
Then I'll lock eyes on it and
Trigger the battle.
All right.
What do you?
So you guys, I guess, enter the field. Give me all a perception check.
I'll have Squirtle out at this point.
Squirtle's back up.
Yeah, up there, a long rest.
Alrighty.
Perception, you said?
Yup.
We got a 17.
Actually, no, I'll have let Leo out.
Leo.
It's a flying type, so just no grass types. You should be fine.
Yeah.
Or bug.
You mean the water, ground, fighting, rock. Those are what I'm for. So we're good. I got a 16, dirty 20, and Leo has a 19.
Okay, so also, do you guys want to approach stealthily?
Well,
You guys, with that perception check, can see what you believe to be where the creature is, as you can hear large beast type noises through the tall grass. The tall grass is blocking direct line of sight right now, however. But if
really
you,
tall grass, huh?
yes, if you want to approach, you can probably approach silently to see if you can get the drop on this beast, or fuck it and run in.
Try to approach stealthily. Nope, we don't.
You might be surprised.
I got a 10.
I got a 9, and Leo's got a 5.
Okay, I take back what I said.
I got a 9.
Panook? You bet.
I'm rolling. I have a 10 total.
Alright, so you guys, unlike how stealthy you guys were in the Cobalt Caves, you guys just kind of decided fuck it, and you walked up.
This is some very noisy grass.
So you go through the tall grass and you end up at this opening where you see this beast, uh, this large sized, this large sized, strange looking beast. It's got a large wingspan, black scaly patches, and these weird purple tendrils like sticking out in places.
That ain't no griffin.
Nope.
And you see it gorging on a sheep it killed, and it looks up at you guys, turns its head, and you realize it has two of them.
That's not a griffin.
Okay.
That ain't no griffin. Pull out my blaster.
All right, one sec.
That's a no
Fuck.
beast. From the mountains of Nopelandia.
Exactly.
Real quick, Jax, what your armor is 14, right?
It is.
And what's your HP again?
25.
Gotcha. I accidentally deleted the thing on the app I'm using that represented you while trying to erase the previous enemies. Uh, okay, if I could get some initiative rolls.
Oh, we don't add potential to this, right?
No.
So I have an 8 for Pinook.
Better than me.
Oh god, I got an 8 too.
There's a fucking killing me.
Oh my god. Well, we're doomed. Pack it up, everybody.
We weren't expecting to be fighting something so
I
viciously.
think my next character will be a paladin.
Uh, oh fuck. Okay, Solomon, what'd you get?
What is it, 8?
8. Raph, what'd you get?
7.
Panook, what'd you get?
I think you got an 8.
Yeah.
And Jax, what'd you get?
22.
Oh, look at Mr. Fancy Boots.
He's just like, I'm ready. The rest of us just like, huh? What's going on?
Exactly. I'm like, guys, hello. Not a griffin over here.
Okay, Jax, you're up first as this creature shrieks a loud shriek at you guys and gets into a more battle stance. Jax.
You can still probably tame it. I believe
Yep.
in you.
How far away is it?
About 30 feet.
Uh, with Litleo by my side, I take my pistol and I shoot at it.
Okay.
21.
21 will hit.
For 9 points of enemy damage.
Okay.
And
Next
then
up,
we're gonna move back.
move back.
We're gonna move back.
Okay, how far?
30 feet.
Okay, so you're moving back about 30 feet.
Yes.
Okay. So, it's go now. It flaps its wings and kind of jumps up towards you guys. And using both of its mouths from both of its heads, it spits out this necrotic, like, breath attack. And it closes in a 30-foot cone, getting, I guess, all but Jax, who just moved back,
And Litleo.
and Litleo. So I'm gonna need the rest of you guys to make dexterity saves.
I got a 16.
All right, I got a 20, but that's a 17 plus 3.
I got a 12.
Okay.
You're dead already. You should. Necrotic shouldn't affect you, right?
Yeah. Actually, I think I have resistance.
I believe you do.
Yep.
So,
I got resistance to necrotic.
okay. Do you actually?
I do actually, yeah.
Makes sense. He's a vampire.
That means you all take uh 23 damage halved.
Oh,
Scary. scared the shit out of me for a second. I was like,
What?
that is $1/2 shit.
That's literally half
Yeah,
my
right.
life.
It's like over half.
So
23 is my entire life, so
it would be
That's
11
still
damage
more than I
total.
have.
take
So
11.
11.
Yeah.
Ow. Burning.
Solo one that's already halved for you
Mm-hmm.
because you failed it. So
Yep.
the three of you take 11 necrotic damage as it looking
Oh,
really mean and real
guess I
tough
don't
in
have a
front of
spell
you.
for that.
So you're telling me if I didn't?
If you didn't have necrotic damage, you would have taken 23 total. Yeah.
uh,
God.
yeah. I
Up
was just
next,
thinking. I have
up
Yeah.
next is
I forget about that.
So Pinoc, you got 8 as initiative.
Energy shield doesn't. It's a stupid thing. That energy shield does nothing, right? For
Nah, I think that's
any
like normal
elemental.
shield, so that like blocks an
Yeah.
incoming attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. My brain's
Uh,
on fire.
Pinoc, what your initiative? It was 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so between you and Solomon, who wants to go first?
You can go first if you want. I don't
Yeah,
even
I'll
know
go
what we're
first.
doing.
That sounds
Okay.
good. I'll go first. So my go?
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, after getting this foul attack at me, I'm gonna
Undo.
give me 1 second. There's only one proper mode of response, in my opinion. I'm gonna load up a wrist rocket, and I'm going to fire it. Because of D6, it meant D6 to everyone 5 foot in the area, regardless.
It did move up to you guys in order to try to get as many of you as possible.
Oh, so it's really close.
It's really close now.
Okay, then instead, I'm gonna load up carbonite canister,
All right.
and I am going to shoot it in a line at him.
Yep.
So he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
What's the DC?
13.
He got an 8.
Sweet baby Jesus. All right. He takes points of damage, and his speed is reduced by half until the end of my next turn.
Okay, how much damage?
4. But if I get it to 0, he's frozen in carbonite.
All right. 4 and
Which
his movement is halved. Gotcha.
I don't know how the party feels, but a griffin frozen in, or whatever the hell this thing is, frozen in carbonite sounds pretty cool to me. It's a good statue.
Pinoc, you're up next.
Yeah. I feel like this is not going to help enough.
Oh wait, can I safely move back without having to disengage, or I'd have?
You'd have to disengage.
All right, I'll just stay where I am.
Breath attacks are, stuff like that's bad. So, but I'm still going to try to cast for other reasons. I'm going to do basically use my little disk computer and generate a bunch of mirror images of myself.
All right. Good play. Good play.
Defense first. Defense.
We should all dress up alike. That way, when he does that,
There's even more.
even more. They have no idea who they're gonna hit.
You guys are a little big for Jawas.
Well, you can
You're a little-
put you on stilts, or we'll just, cut off jacks at the knees.
Okay. So you get your mirror image up, which leads to back to the top. So Jax.
I will shoot it again.
All right.
Oh, what about Raph?
Oh wait, that's right. Raph didn't go. Raph.
All right, so a little Internet Explorer joke. I'll just go, hey guys, I think I just realized this thing's not a griffin. I'm gonna run up to it and do a full attack with my double saber, and I'm also gonna use a force empowered self.
Ooh, hell yeah.
22 on the first attack,
That'll hit.
19 on the second.
That'll also hit.
Only 4 damage for the first attack. I rolled a 1. Ooh, but max damage on the second one. 11 damage. And the force empowered self, I'm going to use deflection to give myself a boost to my armor class. So I got +3 to my AC until the beginning of my next turn.
Plus how much?
Of 21 total.
Gotcha.
And then I'm going to use my Blade Dance ability. I don't provoke. Whenever I deal damage to something, I don't provoke attacks of opportunity. If I move, I can move 10 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna basically position myself right behind it. I probably won't provoke attacks of opportunity because I'm not moving out of its threatened range, but I basically just get a free 10 feet movement.
Okay. So now let me go back and ask this question. Where did you strike it when you struck it with your lightsaber?
From the front, I would have had
Okay.
to. It would have been facing me, so.
Not that it would change anything, but would you be trying to strike at its like face or its legs or its wings?
Um, I guess for one of its heads.
Okay. Then we'll say with the amount of damage you've done, you managed to damage one of its heads enough that you think it might potentially nerf its breath weapon if it does that again.
Okay.
And on top of that, Jax, when you shot it, where did you shoot it?
In the wing.
Okay, good to know. With that being said, now it's top of the round. And Jax, you're up.
I'll shoot from the wing again.
There's something on the wing. It was a laser.
17 to hit.
That'll hit.
For another 9 points of damage.
Turning it out.
All right.
I'll move another 30 feet.
Another 30 feet back.
We'll try to go to its side.
Okay, so 30 feet to its left or right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, it's go now. And okay, it is going to push off with its wings. Actually, first, what it's going to do is it's going to, with one beak, attack at Panook, and with a claw, with its talons, attack at Solomon.
Oh no. Okay. Wait.
But they didn't go
Wait
near
a
him.
sec.
Huh?
Look
They
has
didn't go near him.
Yeah, they were. It moved up to them as it tried to get all of you in its breath weapon, but you moved too far back. You guys didn't start the battle spread out.
Called Pex.
Panook, it misses you. Doesn't even hit. It doesn't even get a chance to hit one of
the mirror
the
images.
mirror
You
images.
just see a bunch of little purple Jawas scrambling around for their
Before
lives.
you tell me anything, I'm gonna use cutting words.
Okay.
The D6, right? All right. Subtract 5 from the roll.
Okay. It missed.
So I'm gonna say Hey, you big ugly. Nice face.
And
Almost
you
nice.
see a single tear
Yeah.
as
Which head?
it
Which head
misses.
did it turn out?
The left one,
The left one. Nice.
and then it pushes off the ground with its wings and floats, so it is now about 20 feet behind where Raph got around it.
Okay.
Does Raph get, or do they get attack of opportunities in the left square?
They do not.
Oh, it still has half speed
It
too. So
does.
yeah. Okay.
That's why it didn't get very far.
Right.
And at this point, it is actually still in the air, but only hovering about 5 feet off the ground.
Okay.
And next up is Solomon.
I'm gonna shoot it again with the carbon 9. Has to make a con save. DC 13 con saving throw.
Got a natural 20.
Okay. Then he only takes uh one. 3 halved is 1, so yeah, he'll take 1, and he isn't slowed by that much.
All right. Then he also recovers from being slowed from the last one, right?
I believe.
Well, at least you got him to waste a nat 20.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Panook.
Panook, since it's up in the air, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Basically,
About
he's
five
got the
feet.
option is he's gonna move a little bit away from the others so we don't all get blasted at once. He'll move to I don't know the left a little bit, like so he wants to fire his blaster. This is goal.
Okay.
So, 19, and then plus potential and dex is a 24.
That will hit.
All right, so damage is not amazing. I mean, he's a great shot, but the damage is 3 plus 3, 6. He's an expert singer.
Hello?
Hello.
Yellow.
What was the damage?
Oh, sorry, I must have cut out. I said 6.
Gotcha.
He's an expert. He'll hurt you with paper cuts to your day.
That's how it goes, yeah.
And where did you try to shoot it?
Canuck is not sophisticated. He aims for center mass. That's
Gotcha.
what he does.
Raph, you're up.
All right. So this thing's not. It's flying, right? I can't reach it with a melee weapon.
It's only 5 feet off the ground, so you can still.
Oh, okay. And it moved what 20 feet away from me then.
Yeah.
I can reach that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go up to it and second burst, same as the first. Double saber.
All right.
That's a dirty 20 for the first attack, and a 16 for the second.
Okay, they both hit.
Okay.
Right? Wait, what'd you say for the first one?
Dirty 20.
Yeah, of course, that hits.
Okay, yeah. So 6 damage for the first attack, 11 for the second, and I'm going to do another force empowered self. I'm gonna try and do some extra damage this time. Double strike for an additional 4 points of damage.
All right. So, after this volley of attacks, you see it start to get really annoyed at you guys, and it starts to beat its wings a lot more and starts to try to fly away from you guys into the forest. but with the amount of damage you've done to it, you know you've definitely wounded it, and tracking it now probably won't be too hard.
Can we get a shot off before it gets out of range?
Yeah, it's still in sight, right?
Yeah, but it basically got a legendary action to move about 140 feet away from you
Wow.
as it flies at top speed into past the tree line. But I will say, since Jax would have gone first, he would get at least one last shot off.
It's a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
For 9 more points. And then we'll win.
All right. So you see this thing start to speed off into the woods, oozing this weird purplish blood as it's going, as you've definitely injured it. And now, you guys, it's up to you guys to try to re-find it.
Okay.
All right, well, I can make a survival check.
Yep. I'm going to need survival checks for all of you guys to attempt to find the
Oh,
beast.
All right. Ooh, I gotta get
so I
that.
rolled a 19.
This is 17 plus 6, 23.
Got a 13.
I don't have any natural skills, so I still got a dirty 20. That's 17 plus 3.
Can you guys write down what you got in the die rolls chat?
Yeah.
Can I, as in curious vampire, can I taste some of this purple blood?
Some of the ones that's pulled on the ground? Sure. It doesn't taste great.
Ugh, spit it
Okay.
out.
So you guys definitely get a good sense of which direction it's going, and you start following it through the woods. Running as fast as you can. You at this point don't know if it's landed yet, but you are in fact following a trail. So let's go for a second round of survival.
Got a dirty 20.
You want to put us in the chat again?
Yeah.
Falls out of a beach ball. Okay, here we go.
All right. So up ahead, you heard it crash land into something. Following the trail, though, you seem to hit some rough patches that kind of you still get a sense of where it is based on the sound, but it's hard to follow the exact path it took through the trees as you lose sight of where all the broken like branches are. So one last round, please. Okay, so yep, and at that point you're able to catch up to it as you've now found it crashed in an opening in an area similar to the Cobalt Cave, but not quite the Cobalt Cave. Another cave leading into a mountain, but you found it crash land in front of it, seemingly injured. And so we'd go top of the round from the old order, and Jaxie'd be up.
Bonus action. Take out Pokedex. Just make sure it's not Pokemon.
It's not a Pokemon.
I roll classic again. So 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 10 points of damage. This time going for the body.
Okay.
But I'll make sure that I'm at least 30 feet away from it.
Okay. Uh, it goes. And seemingly having a second urge to come back and fight, gets back up and charges Raph with both a bite and and a talon attack.
Come at me.
The bite you're able to dodge out of the way as it attacked with the mouth you struck at the first time, and that was damaged. But the claw attack caught you a bit off guard and would hit, unless you have something to answer.
Nope, that's a hit.
Alrighty. So it will do. Oof. 15 points of damage
I'm down.
as it smacks you hard with its talons and actually cracks through the shell a bit.
Tank is down.
Oh,
Okay.
Solomon, you'd be next.
So is there? Raph went down right in front of it.
Yeah.
Where is everyone else positioned?
Uh, Assuming you guys would have been tracking it within a group, Jax had moved off to about 30 feet away to not be in that group in case it breath weaponed again.
Okay.
But at this moment, the rest of you guys are still within a packed group in front of it.
Would I be able to move around either so that I can sort of thunder wave in one direction without hitting the rest of the party?
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. So then I'm gonna move over there, and I'm gonna cast thunder wave, and I'm gonna clap my hands at it, try and So it has to make a con saving throw.
It rolled a 7.
Okay. I had to beat a 14, so it's gonna take 14 points of damage,
14 points. Nice.
and it's gonna be pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay, it is in fact pushed 10 feet away from you.
Now, with casting, I can only cast my bonus action healing word.
Uh,
I believe the healing word is a bonus action. Not.
That's what I mean, but
Healing
I
word
know.
is a bonus action, but it is a first level spell, and so
Right.
was thunder. You did the thunder clap, right?
Thunder wave.
Thunder wave. Yeah, that's
And the wave is
also a
first level, right?
first
That's what
level.
I was.
So
So I can't cast two
you
first level
right,
spells.
you can't cast two first level spells.
Okay, yeah. At that point, then I will pass. Raph, I'll get you next time. Don't fail.
Okay.
All right, Panook.
Okay, yeah, I was just trying to figure out how long mirror image lasts. Um, and that's 1 minute. So, are they gone by the time? I would imagine the images are gone by the time we catch up with
Yeah.
this thing again. I'm gonna really have to just recast that because otherwise I'm gonna be smoked if this guy picks me off.
Yeah.
So, I will just move aside again, a little bit like away to the left, and I will
Oh,
mirror image my little self.
all right.
And
Sounds
once
good.
again, purple Jawas run everywhere.
Sounds good.
Is that why there's always so many of them?
I think so.
Raph, your turn.
Death save.
Yep.
I rolled a 19.
There you go.
All right, one pass. Jax, you're up.
All right. Just trying to figure it here. 15 plus 6. 21.
21 will hit.
For 9 points of damage again.
Nice, nice. All right, it's its turn, and it's going
I'll
to
move 30 feet.
30 feet further.
Yeah.
So now you're 60 feet away from it.
Yes.
Well, technically
Okay.
it's 50 because I pushed 10.
Okay. It's getting as far away from it as possible.
Absolutely. So if it has to come, it's gotta come to me. If it wants to attack me.
All right, it's go, and it gets its breath weapon back. Ooh, buddy. So it turns in a fashion that it targets both Solomon and Panook with its two heads. And instead of making a cone this time, it fires two separate lines of breath weapon at you. So you each need to make a dexterity save.
Okay.
Holy.
14 total for me. Oh, wait, no, but add potential as well, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
16.
No.
No?
Oh no. Only if you're proficient with dex saves.
Oh, weird. No,
Engineer, no.
no.
Constitution, intelligence.
So, no, it'd be 14 then, sorry.
Okay. And Solomon, what'd you get?
19.
Okay, so you both save. Panook, you're gonna take 10 points halved.
Now, should I mirror image this or no?
I don't know if you can because it's one of the save. It's like an AOE.
Oh, okay. So, fine. I will go ahead and take. So have the. So five.
Yeah, 5.
All right. I'm pretty singed, but I'm still up. There's a
And
smoking Jawa
Solomon,
running around.
you take 5 points quartered.
Two?
Yeah,
Okay.
as its breath weapon doesn't do nearly as much damage when it's used as two separate lines than as one big cone.
Or when we make our saves.
That too. And then Solomon, you're up again.
I am going to, since I pushed it 10 feet back another 15 feet. Actually, what's the
Okay.
range on Healing Word? Before I move, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Raph at second level. So he's going to get 10 points back.
Nice.
And then I'm going to move back, like 15, like 20 feet. I'm going to move back like 20 feet.
Okay, making you 30 feet away from it total.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then Panuk, you're up.
Okay. Against this, there's not a lot for Nick to do with his other spells, so he's gonna fire his blaster. Pretty accurate with that.
I should have asked this before, but does this thing have any metal?
No.
Damn.
Okay. The total roll for Pinnock is efficiency plus dex plus my roll is 16. I'm just aiming for its center again.
That will hit.
Alright, so the damage is 6. Again, I guess I like rolling 3. 4 plus 3. Plus 3 plus 3, 6.
Nice. Okay, Raph, you've been healed.
All right. I'm gonna heal myself.
It's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop 2 force points to empower it.
Makes sense to me.
All right, so I heal 9 points.
Nice.
And am I still based with it?
You are. Well, no, because it moved to reposition to target both Panuk and Solomon in a way last turn. So I'll say it's at least 10 feet away from you because also Solomon blasted back with Thunderwave.
All right.
So it's at least
I'll
10 feet away from you.
I'll move into melee to engage with it,
Okay.
and I'll end my turn.
All right. Jax.
I'll move up 20 feet.
Okay.
Actually, we said I was 50 feet or 60 feet away.
So you're 50. So 20 would put you at 30 feet.
I'll move up 10 feet, so I'm 40
Okay.
feet. I'll blast you again. That's going to hit. It's a 17 die.
Yes, it does. Its AC is actually pretty low. It's a big beast.
For 7 points of damage.
All right, this thing's definitely looking hurt.
And then I'm going to move back. Lift up 10. I'll move back 20.
Making you 60 feet total? Gotcha. Alright, it's go. And Raph, you're now next to it because you walked up to it.
Yep.
So it's probably going to attack you again.
Makes sense. That's what I would do.
So with a beak and a claw, it's gonna try to down you again. First attack is a 23 to hit, and the second attack is a 18 to hit.
Yeah, they both hit.
Oof.
Meat to beat on that 18.
That's not gonna be fantastic.
definitely not.
So the beak does. Oh, come on now. 12 points of damage?
All right.
As it rolled a max? And the claw as it fucking yeets you away? God damn, are you kidding me? There's another 14 points.
Yeah, definitely.
This thing's rough. Okay.
I healed myself mostly to full, and that happened.
On the bright side, at least only you're down and the other three are still doing fine.
Yeah, doing my job, even though it's not the the job that was originally intended for this character. But okay,
So that
it
was its
works.
go. Solomon, you're up.
Okay. Wrist missile.
Wrist missile.
This wrist missile time. Uh, Second. That's a 17 on the die.
That'll hit.
Okay, so it's gonna deal with D6 when it hits, and then an extra D6 on explosion. It has to make a DC deck save.
You got a 13.
Beat the beat. All right, so it's taking. That is. What's 5 have? 2?
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's taking 6 total.
And the explosion does 5 feet around it as well.
Everybody within 5 feet has to.
So that would hit Raph as he's down.
Would it?
Yeah, because he was right next to it. He based it.
Well, what if I hit it on the one side?
Doesn't it? It's 5 feet from the creature?
5 feet where. It doesn't specify.
Well, I mean,
Well, you can bonus action healing word him.
True. Alright, bonus action healing word again.
okay. There you go.
He'll take a death.
Wake me up just long enough to get hit by a missile.
Well, no, you'll take a death fail and then you'll get.
Right.
Oh shit, my bad. Wow. Okay. You get 7.
Was the oh shit, my bad, your healing word?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh shit, my bad. That was at first level too. So.
Alright, so
You get
Raph,
7
you're back up. But it's Panuk's turn.
this poor guy's just getting knocked out, woken up, and
I'm
knocked
trying
out.
my best, man. I'm gonna fire my lasers. A fire blaster. Oh, this is not good. This will probably miss. 2 plus all my modifiers brings it to 7. So
Yeah, that will miss.
I panic because my buddy's hurt.
Fair enough. So Raph, you're up. And you're awake.
All right, I'm just gonna fucking stab this bitch.
Let's do it.
Let's go for it at that point.
If it's gonna one shot me, I might as well just get a couple of hits in.
I'm gonna be honest, Raph, I rolled really fucking high on damage. I didn't want to, but I did.
16 for the first attack,
That'll hit.
and dirty 20 on the second.
Also hits.
5 damage for the first attack, and 11 damage for the second. And I'm gonna see if I can boost my armor class high enough to, yeah, +4. So 23 armor class until the end of until the beginning of my next turn.
23. Oh, okay.
I think that would help.
And then
No, I'm sorry, 22. 22. my math was wrong.
22. All right. Jax, you're up.
Move up 20 feet.
Yep.
Attack. Blast it again.
I'm going AFK for a second.
15.
15 will hit.
10 points.
For 10 Yeah. Okay.
and I gain 2 damage. Then I'll move back 10 feet.
Okay.
10 feet away.
It's go. It is very bloodied, very close to death. It is going to try to flap its wings again to try to flee, but it really wants to take one of you guys with them, so it's going to try to grapple onto Raph.
Bring it on.
You rolled a 15 to grapple.
What is that? Athletics, right?
Is it, or yeah, I think so, right? Or just opposed strength.
Is it athletics or acrobatics? It's your choices.
All right, I got an 18.
Okay, so it tries to grab onto the shell to keep it for later, but it just can't get a hold of it. You're too nimble and or heavy for it to pick up in its weakened state, and
Probably heavy.
it tries to fly, getting only about 40 feet away, visible up, going up the mountain. It's still visible. It's only 40 feet away, but it's in the air a bit and very hurt, which
I'll get
leads
a.
would be Solomon's turn.
Could I get an attack of op, or it just went too fast?
You cannot get an attack of up. It has an ability called Flyby. So when it's flying,
Yeah.
does not provoke attack of opportunities.
Okay.
And I guess Solomon is still AFK.
Nope, I'm back.
Oh, well, it's your turn.
Oh, wonderful. What happened when I was going?
It tried to pick up Raph and fly away.
Oh shit, that
It
can't be good.
it only succeeded on the flying away part. It's now 40 feet in the air, away from you guys.
Um, um, 40 feet. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, actually, give me. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna shatter it.
Ooh.
Got a
Okay.
60-foot range, so I'm gonna shatter it, and nobody's gonna get affected.
That works. What's the
Woo!
DC?
Con saving throw. It's mine. 14.
What was the number?
14.
It got a 13.
Sweet. All right. It's gonna. Oh, balls. That's 16 points of damage.
Okay, and as it's trying to escape with its life, you shatter, and all of a sudden you just see it pop like a balloon as you've successfully killed the griffin.
Is does it? All right. I assume chunks of viscera.
Yeah, it rains purple ooze
Is there
and
like
meaty
a head
chunks.
intact that we could take back as proof?
Um, you know what? There is,
Okay, good. I was gonna say if I just like
and it's very
exploded.
disgusting looking.
Okay. Well,
As
we did it.
what you also find is approximately 180 credits, as well as a coin.
What kind of coin?
Upon further inspection of the coin, on one side of this coin has the number 20, and the other side of the coin has number 1. And it's a pretty hefty, nice looking coin.
Eat it. You get the level 20 immediately. or die. Either way.
Where you go back to level one.
Yeah, you flip the coin,
Or
and
you're
then
just gonna have a really hard night in the hospital.
okay. Guess we could ask around what the hell that is. Can we do
Or
some sleuthing on the forums? Find out what it is.
does anyone have any like detect magic or identifies or anything along that line?
No, I do. I have an analyze, which is identify.
There you go.
So you gotta leave it with me. I'm just, if anyone wants to praise it first, go right ahead. But then Nook will basically scan it into his wrist computer and wait for the analysis, which costs him one tech point.
You guys also get a total of 450 experience points each for defeating
450. Okay.
the Griffin.
Does the wrist computer print out like those little, like, like the sheets? It slowly just ticks out.
It's like a dot. Was dot matrix printer. It's not that old. It's just more like a wanky. It's like a janky Star Wars looking thing. It's probably got like like amber lights, and it's got stupid language on it. That he can read. Uh, and but like push buttons. There's like no touch screen still, even in the
Okay.
world of Star Wars.
Right.
It's like a dial on it, and the faux keyboard.
Oh, you said 450 experience.
Yeah.
I'm at 1801. Woo! Don't please.
So you analyze the coin.
Yeah.
What you get is the coin is called an all or nothing coin. And it is a magic item, I believe, of the uncommon variety. And once a day, you can roll a d20, or you can flip a coin instead of rolling a
Oh.
d20. And on heads, it's a critical hit, and on tails, it's a critical fail.
Okay. Nice. I
An
will
all or
explain this
nothing coin.
device to the other players in this game.
I love it.
Do you need to attune to it?
You do not.
Okay. So everybody gets 36 credits.
One of those kinds of magic, I suppose.
So what's everybody else's experience at?
Mine's at 1801. If I added it up correctly.
Mine's at like 1419. I think that's right.
I'm at 1801 as well.
All right, then I guess that's where I'm supposed to be. I guess I.
Yeah, because Zach, you should have been even with them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I know. Tom is ahead of us.
Yeah.
We might have. Yeah.
2094.
What's next level? 28,
27.
27. Okay.
It's 2,700 for level 4. That's getting pretty
Any
close.
experience for dealing with King? Kobold King?
Uh, seeing as how that hasn't fully resolved yet, no.
Okay.
Pretty good go resolve.
Um. Who wants the honor of holding on to the all or nothing coin?
That's the question of the day. Who wants it?
Honestly, I would love to have it, but I think maybe. So what does it do? Instead of rolling a d20, you just flip
Yeah,
it.
instead of rolling a d20, once a day you can flip a coin. Heads, it's a nat 20. Tails, it's a nat 1.
I mean, I could make an argument for me having it, since that I could use it out of combat. But if we need it sort of in a clutch situation, I think maybe Raph should have it because he's literally the tank at this.
I'd be willing to give it to you. That's okay.
Because it can be used to substitute any d20 roll you want, but only
Right.
once a day.
think it would be more useful in the bard's hand.
Okay. I mean, that's I didn't want to like
I agree.
Okay.
No, Pinook is happy to give this one off to
Okay.
Bard.
As
I'll
much
take
as as much as I love the item, I also hate the item.
Yeah,
So
it should be called the love hate coin. That's
yeah.
exactly what it should be called. This is a good place for me to stop. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
was
you guys
gonna
want to make
say
it
since we're
onward.
we're gonna be hard stopping at 10 anyway. Perfect place
Yeah.
to stop since you guys pretty much just completed two quests, depending on who you ask.
Plus it's 10. So yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like it's like going on the list, like somewhere, because it's all ultimately a computer game. There's like a list of completed quests we're gonna all fill.
yes, I do in
Are
fact
you?
have that list.
Yeah, and classic game logic. You got to finish all your quests before you go back and turn them all in, because then you get a whole set of new
Right,
quests.
right,
True.
yeah. And we have to, if we're real completionists, we're gonna map this whole area out and do every little quest before we move to the next area. That
Yep.
would be the real D&D/video gamer mentality.
I
Just
don't know.
The
Like,
kick down
completionist
every door.
mentality.
also the concept of someone did the math. Like, if a monk stayed and killed a rat a day for like 20 years, or like 7 rats a day for 20 years, they'd eventually get to level 20. And so just by killing rats alone, they'd be able to like walk on water. They'd be able to catch
That
arrows that are fired at them. Like,
is that the secret to Shredder? Basically,
yeah,
he killed his own.
yeah. You just sit there every day,
He became
and
a master in the
in
sewer.
like
That's how he did it.
40 years, you'll have unbelievable. And if you
Have,
do the same math for like casters, like they literally kill a rat a day, like a handful of rats a day, and then in a lot of years they can just fireball someone. And it's like,
That's like it's like the boar joke from is it boars that they kill in Make Love Not Warfare, the WoW episode of South Park.
yeah, I think that's
That
they go out and they just slaughter boars every day.
it's like a
But
montage.
it's the same thing for D&D. It's like you could literally just like one day be like, yeah, I'm gonna wish for something and it'll come true. Like, how'd you get that power? It's like I murdered rats every day for 50 years.
I learned
Now I can wish for whatever I want.
how many rats is that? Let's ask that question.
That's just
7 times, you know,
someone did the
352,
math.
right?
That's the more upsetting part for
Yeah,
me. Someone sat down and like wrote out all the shit. But
thousands of rats. Yeah.
yeah, but somehow you get mystical knowledge from. Hey, there's a trade-off.
so in respect to that, I don't know if you guys have seen this video. I'm gonna link it in the chat over here. It's how to do over 1 million damage with a cantrip in D&D.
Oh yeah.
I've seen that.
I have not.
No, link it for me. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I have not, and I'm very intrigued.
It's involved doing some of this very similar things you're talking about, where you get set up where you can just infinitely kill boars.
Yeah, you gotta get the item called the Swine Soul Siphoner.
Nice. 65 million damage.
Which is an M5E.
Yeah,
Aw. High five. Okay, I'm gonna bounce you guys, so thanks. That was fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing, guys.
have a good night,
So,
everybody.
next Thursday.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Yep.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right,
Night.
everybody.
All right. Peace, guys.
Peace, guys.